All right, guys, we're here with Mr. Eric Matthews. This is one of my favorite clients. I shouldn't have favorites, but this is one of my favorite clients that I've worked with recently. Just very good dude, a very well-rounded guy. And I just had a good experience working with this guy and helping him out, quite frankly, man. So, Eric, can you introduce yourself, where you're from, and just a bit more on like who you are and everything, man, and what you do?
Yeah. So my name's Eric. I'm 25 years old from Akron, Ohio. I'm an engineer and I'm also like super into like fitness and like sports, and I'm a online fitness coach. Um,
Yes, sir. This guy
yeah.
does it all. You actually do. You do fucking everything, bro. It's actually sick.
Yeah.
And how old are you again, Eric?
I'm 25.
25. Okay, cool, bro. Awesome, man. So, yeah, tell me a bit more about your situation, like personal life and everything. Like, I guess dating situation before you joined Gold Charisma, everything like that. And just like a bit about your struggles, and any challenges you had beforehand.
Yeah. So before I met you, I remember back when I was like in college, like I was single. I really wanted to be in a relationship, and like, I had like, there were, like, plenty of, like, women around, but I just, like, didn't, like, know how to talk to them. And I even had, like, friends, but there was no, like, romantic interest. And then I started working with another, like, dating coach, and I, like, got some results and went on a few dates, but I was, like, putting in, like, way too much effort and, like, not getting, enough out of it. And I kinda just felt like, I needed a change. I needed to, like, take a different approach, and then I just happened to come across you.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So, bro, tell me a bit more. Actually, I haven't asked you in a while. Like, tell me a bit more about your experience with the previous coach, man. And like you're saying you were putting in a lot of effort. Like, what was he making you do, and why did you feel like you weren't getting the results that you wanted?
So I was mainly doing like using online like dating apps, and I was like swiping a ton, even like, messaging girls on Instagram. And it was just I was putting in a lot of work, and I only went on like a few dates with a couple different girls, and none of them went past like two dates. And then we did a lot of like internal work and like, like mindset stuff, and it was like all good, but it didn't really like change much in terms of like getting me results. And then
Mhm.
he tried to teach me how to like cold approach, but I didn't really get very far with that either.
And for you, bro, like what was the challenge for you? Like, was it a bit of like texting, the in-person approach? Was it like navigating the dates? Like, what were the challenges, prior to like just the coaching with me?
Yeah, it was a few different things. Definitely like texting and like escalating over text and in person. Um, Approaching like girls in person. And just like being like not coming across as like a friend, but like as an actual like, like romantic partner. That was something we definitely like talked about, that I learned a lot about, working with you.
100%, bro. Yeah, exactly.
Mhm.
Like basically not getting friend zoned, right? That was like a
Yeah,
huge
yeah.
struggle. Exactly. Okay,
Mhm.
no, I feel you, bro. And what kind of tangible outcomes have you achieved like from this program? What's your dating situation like now, bro?
Um, so I'm still like I'm getting a lot more matches, and I'm actually converting those matches to dates. I've had a few weeks where I would literally go on like three or four dates in a week, and I'm actually like making, you know, like meaningful connections like on these dates, and they're actually like, like lasting. Like the situations with these different girls are actually lasting a lot longer.
Mhm.
Um, I feel like more confident internally, and then also like you like taught me how to cold approach, and I never like thought I'd be able to do that. Um, but going through like your habituation plan and everything, I was able to, finally start like approaching women in public.
Exactly, bro. You popped the cherry on cold approaching for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you popped the cherry on that. But yeah, no, like you already like, somewhat knew what you were doing with the online dating stuff, but it was just I guess some of the texting aspects and like the in person on like how to navigate those dates and everything, bro. Just and just
Mhm.
generally just more confidence, right? So that's like great to hear, bro. That makes perfect sense. But yeah, and your situation now, you're just kind of like hopping on a bunch of dates, basically, bro. Like you're just hopping on a bunch
Yeah.
of dates and just sourcing for like that girl, right?
Mhm.
But you'd say you're in a state now where it's like there's no lack of options. I'm assuming, bro. Like it's just kind of an abundance.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay, awesome, bro. That's sick. And like even with like what we've learned now, like I know you just touched on that like you've become more confident in everything, but I'm genuinely curious, like with the internal work and the confidence stuff, or even just you going and ripping that first approach, like how has that impacted other areas of your life, bro?
Like, I think, like, some like, it's like if you can, like, approach a random stranger in public and, like, have a conversation, it makes a lot of other conversations a lot easier, and it makes dates a lot easier too. Like, I used to get, like, nervous before dates, like, now it's just kinda, like, another thing. Um, and then, like, like, doing, like, calls, like, business calls and stuff are a lot easier. Um, and it just makes me more, like, confident just talking to people in general.
Yeah, so there's less uncomfortability just talking to random people, whether it's on a call, you're networking in person, literally whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, like you mentioned that you tried another coach before, bro. But why do you think this, this approach, like you being in this program for a while, like for context, like Eric was in this program for 6 months. He was in the 6 month program. Like, why do you think this, I guess, effort helped more than the previous effort of going in and trying that coach beforehand, bro?
Um, I think, like, you're really good at, like, holding us accountable and, like, constantly, like, reaching out, and, like, whenever I had questions, I could, like, send you screenshots and you could give me feedback. And then also when you launch, like, the actual, like, community, that definitely helped a lot. Like, seeing other guys get results kinda, like, gave me more motivation. Um, and then also doing, like, the conversation role plays, definitely, like, it made, like, actually the actual, like, approach is a lot easier because it's like, even though it was, like, my first time doing it, I had, like, said those words before, and I kinda, like, technically done it already. So, it definitely, like, made it a lot easier.
Hell yeah, bro. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. The conversation role plays. So for context, for
Mhm.
anyone that doesn't know, I've been doing it a bit less often now, honestly, compared to back then, but we'll start it up again. Just because I'm making sure these
Mm.
guys are putting in the work, prior. But yeah, like we would have women, come on these calls, talk to guys, right? Essentially, it would just be like a virtual cold approach, bro, that you're running. It's like a date or conversation role play with a woman on a
Mhm.
Zoom call for context, right? But yeah, no, it's good that that actually helped, man, and that you pointed that out. That's sick. And yeah, bro, like other than that, like what other specific aspects of everything that like we went through, right? Or whatever I was teaching you, like different frameworks or support actually helped you go from somewhere where you had no options, a lack of options, scarcity, to a point where you have more than enough dates, like more than like someone can even fucking handle, bro. Like stupid.
Yeah, just, like, the support, the accountability, um, improving, like, my text game because it's like before, like, I was getting, like, matches, but actually converting those matches into, like, actual dates is, like that was, like, a whole 'nother, like, hurdle that I, like, struggled with. So I think, like, we definitely cleared that up a lot.
That's sick. You think your text game is dialed in now, eh?
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck yeah. That's awesome, bro. Okay, cool, man. Like how is your like approach, I guess, to like dating just in general or just socializing, dating, just different like, all everything under that umbrella in life. How has that changed from when you joined initially to how it is now?
I mean, I definitely like the whole, like, abundance thing, definitely. Like, before, I was so, like, I would get so, like, in my head and, like, nervous about, like, one if, like, I liked one girl and if, like, she was taking too long to respond or, like, if things were kinda, like, didn't seem they were going well, I, like, start freaking out. But, like, now, like, when you have, like, abundance and you know you have, like, the ability to, like, obtain more options, like, it's a lot, it's a lot less stressful and it's actually makes dating, like, fun, you know?
Fuck yeah.
Uh,
That is such a good
yeah,
that is such a good
yeah,
answer. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that is awesome, bro. Yeah. Like going from
mhm,
something that used to be like, like a struggle or like, grasping for straws, grasping for
yeah,
options to like it's just fun, bro. You have more than enough already. So you losing or, not converting something or getting rejected, it means less to you now than it did back then, I'm assuming, right?
yeah, for sure.
Fuck yeah, bro. Yeah, you've made it a game, which is great, bro. That's awesome, man.
Mhm.
And yeah, bro, beyond that, like what were your first impressions? I think I've asked you this before. What were your first impressions like when we first started working together? I think it was just
Yeah.
one-on-one coaching, right? But what were your
Mhm.
first impressions of like me or like the program, I guess?
It definitely, like, was different than what I expected. I, like, was kinda skeptical at first because I remember, like, our very first call, you're like, I kinda told you, like, my situation, you're like, "Alright, first thing, we're gonna, like, learn how to cold approach." And in my head, I'm like, "Oh gosh," because I just, like, thought it was, like, super cringe, and I just didn't see myself actually, like, being able to, like, put myself out there like that. But, um, we definitely, you definitely helped me in that area a lot. Um, and like as I like started to see results, I like started to believe like, okay, this dude actually like knows what he's talking about.
Fuck yeah.
You know?
Fuck yeah. That's real. That's real. So you started off skeptical and then you're like, okay, wait, there's actually some viability here. Like he kind of knows what he's
Yeah.
talking about. Okay, sick. No, that's fucking awesome, man. And yeah,
Mhm.
I mean, did you have any like concerns or misconceptions? Like, I mean, just for someone else that would potentially join up something like this, like, did you have any concerns or misconceptions initially when you were trying to join like coaching, or like coaching with me, I guess specifically?
Um, really, I just didn't. I was just skeptical because like I just didn't. I probably just didn't believe in myself, enough. But really, like you just kind of need like the right strategy, and I feel like you definitely taught me like the strategy like that worked for me, and I was actually able to get results because of that.
Fuck yeah, bro. That's fucking awesome, man. Yeah. So it was more of like a doubt in yourself that like I don't know if this would work for me, right?
Hmm.
So what would your advice for others be? Like someone else that, another man stuck in the same position that you used to be in. If he wanted to join something like this with a bunch of other guys that were in that are in that same situation that you were in, and
Hmm.
actually like excel in their dating life, things of that nature. Maybe they're on the fence about joining something like this. Maybe they think I'm a fucking, I don't know, I'm a serial killer or something. Like, what would you tell them, bro?
I just say like give it a shot. Bet on yourself, take that risk. Um, you know, like your like dating life, that is something that obviously like is like very important. And like Chris definitely like knows what he's talking about. And if you really like serious about improving like your dating life and eventually finding like the right person for you, I definitely think Chris can help out with that for sure.
That's real. Based on like everything that you've gotten so far, like you got to your goal, like you're in like a state of abundance. And it's like for you, bro, in the next like 6 to 12 months, like where do you see yourself, I guess, in terms of dating and just every other aspect of life in general?
The next 6 to 12 months, I'd definitely like, in a serious relationship. Obviously like, continuing to like build my confidence and like my social skills just in life and business and also like with women, obviously. Yeah, like this like with like the abundance, seeing that like transfer over to like other like opportunities as well.
Exactly, right? So like
Yeah.
business, whatever it is, like friends,
Hmm.
connections, networking, right?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, bro. Fuck yeah. All right, man. Well, that was awesome. Is again my guy Eric, one of my favorite clients, bro. In recent times, 100% like that I can just remember off the top of my head. And yeah, bro, insane transformation. Yeah, on a real note, I'm very proud of you. It's very inspiring, bro. It's like it's pretty crack that you actually like got that far, and
Hmm.
in that amount of time, that is pretty fucking insane, bro. So you should definitely pat yourself on the back. That's huge. Seriously, no reason that anyone else can't do it, right? That really believes in themselves the same way that you did, right? You took a risk. So that's awesome, man,
Hmm.
Eric. Thank you for your time, bro.
Yeah, appreciate it.